We'll start now. So, good morning, everyone. We have discussed introduction to artificial neural networks in our last class. In fact, before we actually start artificial neural networks, we have seen some of the concepts. We have seen some of the concepts which are important for understanding artificial neural networks, right? So we'll just have a quick recap of what we have discussed in the last class. Then we will move on to artificial neural networks. So before we begin ANN, artificial neural networks, these are the four things which everyone should know, right? In fact, fundamental mathematical concepts of linear algebra, everyone should know. And in as part of that, we have discussed four components called as a scalar, vector, matrix, tensor. So what is a scalar, what is a vector, what is a matrix, what is a tensor, we have seen, right? We have defined them. Now, introduction to artificial neural networks. So friends, from where this concept of neural network came, that is an important point, right? So the name itself contains the word neuron, right? So the word neuron actually came from human brain, right? So what is human brain? Human brain is collection of neurons. Human brain is collection of neurons. So if you observe here, right, if you observe here on the slide, on the right side of the slide, there is a diagram which shows the which shows a biological neuron, right? It is a neuron which will be there inside our brain. It's a biological neuron. It's a biological neuron, right? Yeah, so it's a biological neuron. So friends, if you observe this, there are some words like dendrites, axon, synapse. So friends, this is the neuron, the one which is in purple color. This is the neuron, and the edges of the neurons which will actually sense something, right, that they are called as dendroids, and this is the area where some processing is done, right? So inside this soma, our brain does some processing, right? Now collection of and axon is the one which connects multiple neurons. So neurons are connected through axon. Now this is a biological neuron. This is a neuron which will be there inside our brain. So collection of neurons is called as synapse, right? Collection of neurons is called as a synapse. Now what our brain does, our brain takes multiple inputs, and applies some function, before coming up with a decision. Our brain takes multiple inputs and applies some function before coming up with a decision, right? So friends, what we are trying to do is, if you remember in the very beginning of this subject, machine learning, right, I told you, right, how this word machine learning has evolved, how this word artificial intelligence came into existence, how this word AI came, right? So we are trying to impart the natural intelligence of humans into computers, so that the computers can also think like humans, right? If you recollect, we were talking about deterministic problems, non-deterministic problems, right? Non-deterministic problems were easy for human brain to solve, right? Looking at a photo, you can tell whether there is a cat in it or not. But for the same thing, if you want to write code, it will be very, very tough, right? So friends, we are trying to impart the natural intelligence which a human brain has got. So we are trying to study the functionality of the brain, and we are trying to mimic it. Can we create something which is similar to our brain? So in order to create something which is similar to brain, we have to understand what is there inside brain. So inside brains you have huge collection of neurons. And what a neuron is, right? What is a neuron, we should understand. So basically, if you see, brain is a collection of neurons, and collection of neurons is called as synapse, right? Each set, this is a synapse. Now, and what is brain? Brain is a big network of all these synapses, right? So now what this neuron does, that is an important point. What this neuron does. So this is called as biological neuron. Whatever you are seeing on the screen is called as biological neuron. So what our brain does, our brain takes multiple inputs and applies some function before coming up with a decision. For example, decision to buy a product or not, right? Suppose you want to buy a mobile phone in Amazon, right? If you want to buy a mobile phone in Amazon, what are the parameters you look into before actually purchasing that mobile phone? Can you please respond? If I want to buy a mobile phone in Amazon, what I will look for, what are the features, what are the parameters, how I will make decision, how do I make decision? Suppose I want to buy online mobile purchase, so what should I look for? What are the parameters? What are the parameters? Camera quality, great. Reviews, this is also important. 588. Camera quality, reviews, RAM and ROM. Okay. And brand, whether it is a Nokia phone, Samsung phone. One more important point is price. Right. Now, friends, yeah, guarantee, warranty, all those things. Cost, great. Now, friends, my point is, suppose if let us say I want to buy a mobile phone, so I will look at various parameters like, okay, what are the reviews? Okay, it should, let us say reviews are good, and the price is also, it is under my budget only, and RAM, ROM, everything, okay, maybe 2 GB is fine for me, and I'm happy with 2 GB. Camera quality, maybe 13 megapixel, I'm happy. So based on my requirements, based on my parameters, finally what I will decide. So finally what I will decide, what will be the output, final output? Either to buy the phone or I will not buy the phone. Got the point? So what is the final output? Either I will buy or not. So true or false, yes or no, whether to buy the phone or do not buy the phone. So outcome, final outcome is Boolean. Similarly, I can have one input or many inputs. How many inputs I can have before I make a decision? Before I make a decision, I can have multiple inputs. Parameters, if you have seen just now, you only told 5 or 6 parameters. So number of inputs, many inputs, it can be one or many. Now, based on those inputs, my brain will automatically does some calculations, right? Okay, camera is 13 megapixel, 13 mega, okay, I don't like 13, it should be beyond that, right? So what we will do is, what our brain does is, it is taking all these inputs, it is applying some function, right? It is trying to come up with a decision. Your brain says whether to buy this product or do not buy this product. Similarly, if I want to go for a movie, I want to look at certain parameters. Who is the director? Who is the hero? Who is the heroine? Right? And based on that, I will decide whether I should go for the movie or not. So what brain does is something like this. So brain's functionality is something like this. It will take multiple inputs. It will take multiple inputs and it will come up with some output. So see here, MP neuron, McCulloch-Pitts neuron. right? McCulloch-Pitts neuron. This is the name of the actual person, right, who have developed this neuron. It is first artificial neuron based on the concept of biological neuron. Based on the concept of biological neuron, first artificial neuron was developed in the year 1943. First artificial neuron was developed in the year 1943. What this artificial neuron does, it will take Boolean inputs, and it will apply a function to generate a Boolean output, single Boolean output. And this neuron is called as MP neuron, McCulloch-Pitts neuron, MP neuron. So this neuron will look like this. Friends, this is an artificial neuron. This is an artificial neuron. This is an artificial neuron and it will look like this. An artificial neuron is constructed based on biological neuron. The way you have decided whether to buy a phone or not, the way you have decided whether to go for a movie or not, right? You have decided. Suppose so your friend called you and he told, I'm going to movie, will you join me? Then you ask him which movie. He says so and so director, so and so hero, so and so heroine. Then you will say, no, I don't want to see Chiranjeevi movies. If the hero is Chiranjeevi, let us say you don't want to see. Or you will say, okay, it's a Chiranjeevi movie and Trivikram director, I would like to come. So like that, you are making a decision based on some parameters. Your brain is making a decision and you are telling to your friend whether you will join him or not. So similarly, the way your brain was dealing with decisions, the way your brain was applying some function and coming up with a decision, similarly, this MP neuron, it's an artificial neuron. It was first time developed in the year 1943 and it will look like this. So just now we have discussed, your number of inputs can be one or many. And G is a function which is applied on this. G is a function which is applied on these inputs. Now what is F? F is again a function on G. F is a function on the output of G. G itself is a function on inputs x1 to xn. F is a function on G. It will check for the threshold value. Threshold value. If the output is greater than or equal to threshold value, then I will go to movie. Means output is yes. Final Y value will be 1. If the output of g of x is less than the threshold value, then y will be 0. So f will check whether g of x answer is greater than or equal to threshold or not. So there are two functions, g of x, f of g of x. So please, you should not get confused, right? For your convenience, I'll just write it here. Let me write this. So first, g of x is a function. G of x so g of x is a function which is applied on x1, x2, x3, all inputs. Now for g of x, I'll get some result, right? G of x, I'll get some result. G of x is a function applied on all Boolean inputs. Remember certain important points. All inputs to the MP neuron are Boolean inputs. Output is also Boolean. So now g of x is a function applied on all inputs. Then after applying that g of x, whatever result I'll get, I will apply another function called as, f of g of x. The meaning of this f of g of x is I will check the result of g of x, whatever I got on in g of x. Let me just, yeah. So f of g of x means here in f of g of x, I will check whether g of x value is greater than or equal to threshold. What is the threshold? I will explain you with an example, right? Please wait. So we will see the threshold value. If the f value, f of g of x value, if the final output is exceeding the threshold, if it is greater than or equal to threshold, then y value will be 1. If it is less than the threshold, y value will be 0, right? So friends, so this is what is a MP neuron. Now let us try to apply some example. Let us say x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, some inputs are there. Let us take the same mobile phone example. Mobile phone example in a little different manner, friends. Suppose you might have used Amazon, and you might have anytime you might have done some online shopping, right? Suppose I want to buy a mobile phone, and I want to first of all see the mobile phones whose reviews are greater than 4. Whose reviews are greater than 4. If the reviews value is less than or equal less than 4, such mobile phones I don't want to see. So I want to see in Amazon the mobiles whose review value is greater than or equal to 4. So in Amazon, what we will do, we will simply apply a filter which is readily available, and we will try to filter the values. So mobiles whose review is less than 4, they will not be displayed to you. So how is it possible? See here, because of this kind of neurons. So what I will do, I'll take reviews. X1 is one person, some Ramesh. X2 Mahesh. X3 Suresh. X4 is some XYZ. X5 Ram Mohan. What these people have told about the product, right? Like that, let us say 10 people have given the review, and in that 10 people, 5 people have told like the product is good and the rating is, let us say, 5, something like that, and some people have given poor, remaining 5 people have given poor feedback. Now since out of 10, 5 people gave me positive outcome, means their review was very very good, so I treat it as 1, and remaining 5 people, their review was poor, so I consider it as 0. So out of 10 inputs, 5 are ones, remaining 5 are zeros. So if you look at the total, right, what was my count, at least it should be above 4. So f of x will check the threshold. Out of 10 people, if at least above 4 people have told this is good, I just want to see that one in the output. Such phones should be displayed. If the review is less than, if that count is less than or equal to threshold, it should not be displayed. This is one example. Or else you can apply movie example here. Suppose friends, there are 4 parameters. If you want to go for a movie, there are 4 parameters. Parameter 1, who is the director? Parameter 2, who is the hero? Parameter 3, what is the genre of the movie? Genre means type of movie, whether it is a socio-fantasy movie, romantic movie, or a comedy movie, or a thriller movie, horror movie, something like that. So what is the genre, who is the director, and who is the hero, and who is the heroine, right? Suppose, please listen to this example. Suppose I have a constraint, my restriction is, if 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 it is a horror movie, if it is a horror movie, and if the director is Ram Gopal Verma, then remaining, I am least bothered about remaining 2 parameters. I will go to that movie. Got the point? Or else I can say, out of 4 parameters, if any one of the 2 matches, I would like to go for the movie. So in such cases, what will happen is, g of x is a function applied on inputs. F will check for the threshold. What is the value of g? Is it 4, 3, or less than 3? Something like that. Based on the threshold, F will fire the output as 0 or 1. So this is just a MP neuron. What it does is, simply it will take the inputs, it will apply a mathematical function, and it will come up with some output. We will understand in detail about this MP neuron slowly by taking few more examples. Now, what is a neuron we have defined? So this is a neuron. What you are seeing right now on the screen is a neuron. Now, multiple neurons connected together to achieve some functionality is called a neural network. A neural network. And obviously all neurons are artificial neurons. So this neural network is also a artificial neural network, which will look something like this. So you have some input layer and you have some output layer, and between input and output layer you can have one or many hidden layers. Depending on the complexity of the problem which you are solving, the number of hidden layers will increase. Got the point? So friends, what is artificial neural network? It is collection of connected neurons. Multiple neurons are connected together to achieve certain goal. Then that network of artificial neurons is called as artificial neural network. So till this point, is it clear to everyone? Please let me know. We will see examples on MP neuron again. We will continue with few more examples. But as of now, till this point, is it clear to everyone? Please respond in the chat box. $588 is clear, sir. Please, everyone, please respond in the chat box. Right? So introduction to artificial neural network. So what is neural network? That we have seen. So what is the definition? That we have seen, right? Now see here, we are trying to see more examples now. Now implementing a Boolean function with MP neuron. Implementing a Boolean function with MP neuron. I hope you all are aware of AND gate or conjunction function, which you have studied in your basic SSC mathematics, right? So what do you mean by AND function? If both inputs are true, then only the output will be true. If both inputs are true, then only output is true. Means if the director is Ram Gopal Varma and the movie is horror movie, then only I will go to the movie. There are two parameters. For both parameters, if the director is RGV, then X1 will be 1. If the movie genre is horror, then X2 will be 1. In all other remaining options, X1, X2 will be 0, 0 or 0, 1, something like that. So if it is a Ram Gopal Varma movie, but if it is a socio fantasy movie or if it is a romantic movie, even in that case, I don't want to see that movie, right? So I am trying to implement a condition called as AND Boolean function. So please try to observe this. Why I have written 2 here, why this value true 2, what is this g of x? This is a g of x function, right? So how I am representing g of x? X1 plus x2 means summation. Sum of these two should be greater than or equal to 2. Sum of these two must be greater than or equal to 2. If it is greater than or equal to 2, then the output of this neuron will be 1. In all other cases, output of this neuron will be 0. Right? Let us assume x1 is director, x2 is genre. And if this will be 1 if the director name is Ram Gopal Varma, x2 will be 1 if the genre of the movie is a horror movie. In that cases, when I add x1, x2, I'll get 2. In all other cases, whether if x1 is 1 and x2 is 0, I don't want to go to the movie. If any one of them is 0 or if both are 0, I will not go to movie. I will go to movie only if both x1 and x2 are 1. Both are 1. Both are 1 means it's a RGB movie and it's a horror type. So please observe this carefully. If you observe on the right hand side, on the right hand side, if I am trying to represent this output of this AND function or output of this MP neuron in the form of a graph with two inputs, how many combinations I'll get? With two input variables, how many combinations I will get? X1, X2. AND gate truth table, my dear friends. With X1, X2, how many combinations I'll get? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So if you observe here, this is very, very important. 0, 0 is the origin, means X1 is 0, X2 is 0. Means this fellow, the X1 is 0, X2 is 0, means director is not Ram Gopal Varma, movie is not a horror movie. And where do I get 0 and 1? Where do I get 0 and 1? Here I'll get 0 and 1. Here I'll get 0 and 1. Right? Here I'll get 0 and 1. And 0 and 1 means X1 is 0, X2 is 1. X1 is 0 means he is not Ram Gopal Varma, but it's a horror movie. He is not Ram Gopal Varma, but it is a horror movie. So I'm trying to identify the points in the plane, right? I'm trying to put dots so that I want to identify, right, where all these combinations will come. So 0, 0 will come here at the origin, 0, 1 will come here, 1, 0 will come here, right, because this is 1 and this is 0, right? So 1, 0 will come here. The points are clearly shown in the graph. Now 1, 1, 1, 1 means it is X1 is 1, means director is RGV. X2 is also 1, means it's a horror type movie. So 1, 1 I'll get here. So when is my output? When the output is true, only when the input combinations are 1 and 1. Got the point? Now please observe, friends, if I draw a line like this, see 1 and 1, here I have 1 and 1. So if I draw a line like this, all the points which come below this line, all the points which come below this line, they will show you all possible cases where we will not go to the movie. So below this line, whatever you get, the output is 0. On top of line and above the line, output will be 1. So entire problem is now linearly separated into two parts. So anything below the line, if I draw a dot here, if I put a dot here, like look at my cursor, if I put a dot here, anything below the line, output is 0. Anything above the line or on top of the line, anything above the line or top of the line, output is 1. Right? Is it clear? Whether this graph is clear or not, please let me know. Why this graph we are drawing? Please let me know. I'm just drawing I'm drawing a line on 1, 1 because in 1, 1 only the output is true. So I have drawn a line across that point. I have drawn a line which is connecting my combination of X1, X2, which is 1, 1. And if you observe carefully, below that line, all other cases, whatever I get below that line, the output will be 0. And above that line, output will be 1. So this graph is clear to you. Please let me know. This is important, my dear friends. Very important. Seems to be simple, but very, very important. Everyone should understand why we are drawing this graph. Everyone should understand why we are drawing this graph, and please respond. Please respond. I cannot move forward. Above the line, x coordinate will be less than 1. Above the line. See here, where we have drawn the line. See here, where the line is drawn here. Right? So if you observe this particular place, there is no question of any one of the coordinate to be becoming 0. Right? Or it should be 1 or it should be greater than 1. Because where I have plotted this line, first I have identified the dot where 1 and 1 is coming. Now on that dot, touching that dot, I have drawn a line. I have drawn a line like this. So by drawing this line, see, I'll show you one more thing. I'll just show you one more thing. Just give me 1 minute. I'll use my pen. Right. Fine. So this is the cursor. Fine. So what is this one, sir? This 0, 0, this dot represents 1 and 1. Means x1 is 1, x2 is 1. So what I have done, I have drawn a line like this. I have drawn a line like this, which is, it's a straight line, which is connecting 1, 1. So if you observe this, on this line, because the line itself is connecting 1, 1. On this line and above the line, there is no question of any one of the output becoming 0, any one of the input becoming 0. So both are 1. So sum will be 2, or some value should be greater than 2. Means on the line above the line, y value will be 1. Output will be 1. Below the line, definitely the output will be 0. Now, please observe why I have drawn it like this. I could have drawn something like this. Please observe here. I'll just draw it for your convenience. So let us assume this is obviously 0, 0. You know this. This is origin, right? So this is, let us say, 1. This is also 1. So where do I get 0, 0? I'll get 4 combinations with 2 variables. You know that. So this is 0, 0. This is 1, 0. This point is 1, 0. And this is 0, 1. When I say 1 and 1, both will meet here. So this is 1 and 1. Now what we have done, we have drawn a line like this here, which is connecting this 1, 1. I could have drawn a line like this also. My intention is to connect this 1, 1, right? What happens if I draw this line, which will connect 1, 1? Even this line is also connecting 1, 1, right? I can draw multiple lines. That is the important point. Please observe this. This slide is very, very important, my dear friends. So I could have drawn multiple lines. No, why I have drawn only this kind of line? Even this is a line which is connecting 1, 1. But what happens if I draw a line like this? If you observe, can I separate my problem into 2 halves? Can I say like this, whatever comes on the right side of the line, output will be 1. Can I say like this? Whatever comes on the left side of the line, output will be 0. Can I make a statement like this? No, this is not correct. So this line is not separating my problem into 2 parts. Why I want to separate my problem into 2 parts? Because my output is 0 or 1. So what I am trying to do is, I want to divide, see here now, this line. Now if you observe this line is connecting 1 and 1. I could have drawn many lines which can connect 1 and 1. I could have drawn a line something like this, which will connect 1 and 1. I could have drawn a line like this. I could have drawn a line like this. There are many possible options. I can draw any number of lines which can connect 1, 1. But what is my intention? My intention is, when I draw a line which will connect 1 and 1, right, on 1 and 1, if I draw a line, this line should divide my problem domain or my possible outcomes. What are my possible outcomes? 0, 1. So it should divide my problem into 2 separate parts. So if you observe, by looking at the table, you can say, where is 0, 0? Here, below the line. Where is 1, 0? Below the line. Where is 0, 1? Below the line. What is the output in all these 3 cases? 0. What is the output in all these 3 cases? 0. Now go on top of the line. What is output? 1, 1. 1, 1 means what is the output? Output is 1. So below the line, output is 0. on top of the line or above the line, output is 1. So when we can draw a line like this, when we can draw a line like this to separate the possible Boolean outputs into two halves, such problems are called as linearly separable. This is an important word, my dear friends. Linearly separable. Linearly separable. Please excuse me, like this is not a neat writing. Linearly separable. Linearly separable. ABLE.
ABDLE.
Linearly separable. Linearly separable, right? So you might have seen there are so many ways of drawing the line one which will connect one and one, but they are not correct. We should draw a line such that the problem becomes linearly separable, right? So that's the reason when we have many options which can connect one, why only this line was drawn, that is the reason. Is it clear? Is it clear? Please let me know. This is an important topic, my dear friends. Please let me know, is it clear or not? I want you people to respond so that I can move forward. Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So this is the meaning of linearly separable. Now, friends, there is an important point. There is an important point. This is a MP neuron, right? Now, for example, I want to represent another function. I want to represent another function. What is that another function? What I'll do is I'll take Excel. I want to take another function. Let me call this one as, suppose instead of AND function, if I go for OR function, then what will be the value of my, what will be the threshold value? What will be the threshold value? See here, x1, x2, x3, right? This is my output, right? x1, x2, x3 are the inputs, and this is the output. So what is x1? Let us assume x1 is director, x2 hero, x3 genre. Output, you are going for movie or not? Yes or no? Now suppose if you say, sir, if hero is Pavan Kalyan, I want to go for movie. So what, or you can say, suppose, sir, if anyone is true, sir, either if it is a Pavan Kalyan movie or Trivikram director, or let us say it is a socio fantasy movie. If any one parameter is of my choice, then I'll go for movie. So in that case, what will be the function? What will be the value of this function? x1, x2, x3 are three parameters. You will go for movie if any one of them is true. Means x1 plus x2 plus x3, this sum, whatever sum is there, it should be sum of these three parameters must be greater than or equal to 1. Right? Am I correct? If any one of them is true, you will go for movie. So even in that case also, it is linearly separable. But the problem is, the difference between previous example and in this example is, in previous example we had only two parameters. A normal xy plane is sufficient, but here we have three parameters. So xyz, third axis, will also come into picture. So you have to go for a hyperplane, right? Hyperplane. Now, one important point is there. One important point. So AND function we have seen. Suppose if there is only two inputs, right? Suppose there are only two inputs, x1, x2, right? And if it is a OR function, then sigma threshold value will be 1, right? If it is, let us say, NOR function, what do you mean by NOR? Or let us say XOR. What is the truth table for XOR? What is the truth table for XOR? 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So what is the truth table for XOR? If any one of the input is 1, then the output will be 1. Means if odd number of ones are there in the input, then the output will be 1. So friends, here 0 0 output is 0, 0 1 output is 1, 1 0 output is 1, 1 1 it is 0. Please observe this carefully. This is a very, very important point. Now just imagine, I don't know whether in Excel I can draw this line or not. I'll just try. No, this is not correct. Fine. So let us try to analyze this one. 0 0 1 1 0 1. Now if we go back and if you observe this one, so where my output, where this line will come, if it is an AND function, this is fine. But if it is XOR, where are my positive outputs? See, 0 1 output is true, 1 0 output is true, right? So please observe this. If it is XOR, or I can draw it here only. So if it is XOR gate, if it is XOR, so this is my 0 0, this is my 0 1, this is 1 0, and this is 1 1. Now when the output is true when it is 0 1 and 1 0. Means these 2 points should be connected. How do I connect these 2 points? I have to draw a line like this. But if I draw a line like this, what will happen to my statement? Anything below the line, it should be 0. Anything above the line, it should be 1. Or anything above the line, output should be 0. Anything below the line, output should be 1. Means this line should separate our problem outcomes into two halves. Below the line it is positive, above the line it is negative, below the line it is true, above the line it is false, something like that. But if you observe, friends, carefully, right, if you observe carefully, 0 0, when x is 0, y is 0, what is the output? If x1 and x2 are 0, what is the output? Output is 0. Means it is negative, it is false kind of thing. So okay, fine, I am happy that it is coming below the line. And 0 1 represents positive case, okay, it is on the line. 1 0 is also positive case, it is also on the line, I am happy. But when I came to 1 1, output is 0, but 1 1 is a point which is lying on top of the line. So one negative output is on top above the line, one negative output is below the line. Means XOR is an example of a problem which is not linearly separable. XOR is an example of a function which is not, XOR is not linearly separable. This is an important point. Linearly separable. So please remember this point. It is very, very important. So AND gate, it was working, but for XOR it was not working. So it means that there are some problems with the neuron. MP neuron has some limitations. It means MP neuron has limitations. So what are the limitations? What are the problems with MP neuron? Then how do we solve them? That part we will discuss in our next class. So today what we have discussed is we have defined what is a biological neuron, then from biological neuron how this artificial neuron is created, right? Then what is this MP neuron and what is the definition of a artificial neural network? Then what do you mean by a Boolean function, implementing Boolean function with MP neurons? And one important point we have seen, which is linearly separable problems. So all problems need not be linearly separable. So example for that one is XOR gate. So if XOR gate is not linearly separable, then what will happen? What are non-linearly separable problems? How do we handle them? What are the limitations of MP neuron? And how do we overcome those limitations? All those important points we will be discussing in our next class. Till this point, is it clear to everyone? Please let me know. Please let me know in the chat box quickly.